Today I'm going to tell you why my truck is faster than a supercharged Ram. All right, the pass I just shown was actually my personal best, which that day I was running 12.4s all day with traction issues. Now, all right, let me get this started off by saying, now, if you did all the mods I have and put a supercharger on it, I'm not going to be faster, obviously. Or if you have full bolt-ons on your Ram and put a supercharger, it's going to be close. But there's only one Ram that I know that has full bolt-ons and a supercharger that has ran faster than me. But I have not ran my trucks to its full potential. Come November, I will beat that time. I think it's a 12.3. And you know what I mean? I think it's a 12.3. And I'm going to talk more about like four-door, four-wheel drive Rams because we're in the same weight category. I'm not going to talk about, single cab lightweight Rams that are, if you fully prep it like I do, it can easily be 700-800 pounds lighter than this. This is 4 doors, 4-wheel drive. And that's what I'm going to basically be going off of, not 2-door, 2-wheel drive Rams. We're going to go 4-door, 4-wheel drive Rams. And I'm going to explain to you why my truck is faster than 4-door, 4-wheel drive Rams with a supercharger.
Nice. 12.59.
All right, now here's what we're going to say. We're going to say you buy just a supercharger alone. Nothing else. You're going to spend, I think it's $7,000. Yes. $7,000. You buy just a supercharger. You have a 4-door, 4-wheel drive Ram, and you spend $7,000, maybe a little bit more, whatever. You're not going to beat me. I'm going to tell you that right now. You are not going to beat me, and I spent less money than that. And these are the reasons why. Number one, my truck is full bolt-on, cam, install. Now, all my mods added up are a pretty penny. I'm going to put, what exactly I spent up in here. I don't think it's $7,000. Even if it is $7,000, it's actually a little more reliable than throwing boost at the motor, being all motor, all NA. And with my setup, the way I have this set up right now, the way it's tuned, everything like that, that is the reason why it's faster than a supercharged Ram that has 4 doors and 4-wheel drive. And mostly 4 doors too. Most just 4 doors. I'm putting in the 4-wheel drive part, you know what I mean? Just because I have 4-wheel drive, so I want to give it a little bit more, make it a little, I guess, fair to say that, because there might be some 4-wheel drive, there might be some 4-door Rams out there that run very similar times to what I do. Very similar times that have nothing else. I mean, the fastest I've seen a 4-door, 4-wheel drive Ram, I said, is a 12.3, but he also has full bolt-ons or close to full bolt-ons. And I know a couple of guys that have, high 12s with just a supercharger and a couple bolt-ons. Now, just a supercharger alone, you're probably going to run, I'll say, low 13s. That's my guess. Now, if you do what I do and you come fully prepped, gutted and stuff like that, you can run 12s. I'm going to say that, yeah, you're most likely going to run 12, 12.8, 12.9, possibly. You know, maybe. I'm not going to say. I don't know 100%. I'm just going off of what I've seen and what I know and why. Now, the reason this truck runs so damn good, I'm going to go down I got a bunch of mods on this, and overall, it's very close to the price of a supercharger. It should be under the price. If it's over, well, then I spent a little bit more in a more reliable, safe NA vehicle that doesn't have boost, because you can, you know, a little extra boost, you can blow pistons, you can have serious problems unless you forge the bottom end. And me being NA right now, I'm staying NA for a little bit. Yes, all my, you know what I mean, I'm going to stay NA for a little bit and possibly, you know what I mean, maybe save up for some extra mods. I don't know, but right now we're staying NA at least to the end of this year. Now, I have long tube headers, ported intake manifold, ported throttle body, thermostat. I have a custom track intake, long tube headers. I am catless. I have an MBRP catback exhaust. I have, I just put a cutout on. That, you know, it's not a lot of money, but it makes it much louder, and it does give me a little more mile an hour on the top end. I have a J Green custom cam. It's a stage 0.5 high-lev V2 cam. Great cam, I love it. I also have a 4000 Circle D's torque converter. Now, the torque converter also, what I paid and what other people paid are completely different, because I did beta tests for them, so I got it at a price that is, can't say, but I did not pay full price for that, so I don't know if you want to add that full price in, it could possibly bring it up around that price range. And I think that's everything. Yeah. Now, when I race, like I said, I take out all the interior. I do have a drag pack, but you can even put a drag pack on the other truck, on another vehicle, to make it a fair comparison. But yeah, I don't think there's a four-door, four-wheel drive Ram with just a supercharger I would say even compete with me. Because you know what I mean? I'm also a seed and drag racer. I'm there every week. I know what's going on. I know this truck. I got it dialed in. As of right now, I'm having traction issues. I'm still running great times. It's the middle of the summer. In 2,000 plus DA, I'm running 12.6s all day long, easily. The best I've ran with full interior and spinning all four wheels is 12.7. And that's full interior, 20s, 32-inch tires. I ran 12.7. Now, I think it actually can run better than that, because I was also on 93 octane. I think with a 100 octane tune and maybe a can of additive or boostane, or, you know what I mean, you get a tenth. You don't get much out of it, but you do get a little bit, and every little bit helps. So yeah, you can, and that's all, you know what I mean? You could do full bolt-ons, and full bolt-ons alone, I think, are going to get you close to what just a supercharger is. Very close. There's guys with full bolt-on Rams, four-door, four-wheel drives, that, you know what I mean? Well, they're running in bad weather. They also don't want to, a lot of guys don't want to prep. They don't want to take the time. It's also their daily driver. This was my daily driver since I got it in 2014 till a month ago. So 5 years I've had this as a daily driver, and I would gut it every time I go to the track, except for maybe a couple of times. I'm ready to race. I want to go to the track and get the best time I can. If I got a good race lined up, I want to race that guy. You know what I mean? I want to be fully ready, especially if someone's like, yo, let's run. I got a F-150 or whatever like that. And you know what I mean? They're aluminum now. So if you're running against an aluminum truck, you need as much of a weight advantage as you can take. So, you know what I mean? Take the rear seat out 70 pounds, tailgate 70 pounds, spare 60 pounds, seat 50, you know, it all adds up, and then you can get close to what they weigh. You probably get under. And if you put a drag pack on, wheels, tires, 17s, you're getting down there now. And then you're really close to what they weigh. Maybe possibly more, possibly less, I'm saying, and that's a good thing. But yeah, you don't have to go out and buy a supercharger. If you do all them mods and a supercharger, then you're looking at some serious power, and you put up some seriously good numbers, because that's what I was doing. I had half the money saved up for the supercharger with all these mods. All these mods with I guarantee you this thing would have done level 11s. Guarantee you. Considering what I can do now, and I haven't even seen this truck's full potential. Because right now, by the way, we're going to get some new QA1 shocks. We're saving up for them right now. I want to get them as soon as possible. It's going to cost me a pretty penny, but you know what I mean? It's going to take a little bit. But but I need suspension work. I am tired of going to the track and having traction issues every time I go. I've even spun in 4-wheel drive, and I could do spin with 4-wheel drive on the street. So I'm going to get some shocks, get some suspension work done. And you know what I mean? If the tires I have now are still an issue, I have a tire that's perfectly that I want right now. I should have listened to Jay from the beginning. He always said, go get Hoosier Slicks. He said it from the beginning. I said, Jay, I don't know if I want a pure slick bias ply. And you know what I mean? My buddy, Stang Mode, I think I met Nick at the racetrack the other day, are running the new Hoosier 28, 10.5, 17 slicks, but they're a radial. It's a radial sidewalls. It's a bracket radial, but it has a slick compound. So that, and I was feeling it. That tire is softer than my tire, and it's a radial, and they hook off. With that and suspension work, this truck is going to run its best. This truck, I'm like, even before that, I still think it got 1220s in it. With that alone, with that dead hooking and say a negative 1,000 DA, because we get that here in November, this truck is going to challenge Jay's 5.7 and a 4-door record. And he had a little bit more mods than me. It's a 15-inch, you know, brake conversion, ported heads, and a 2-wheel drive. So it was a lot lighter. Yeah, this is going to challenge it. I'm not saying it's going to beat it. It could challenge it. But yeah. But if you do all them mods, full bolt-on, say you want to get a cam, and now the 8 speeds, they got converters out, Edge got them, and Circle D, you could easily run some really fast times and have a great time without having a supercharger and having supercharger problems. Blowing up motors, pulleys, belt slippage, braking. There's all different types of things that you could do. Just staying NA, I would start with full bolt-ons. You know, I get DM'd and messaged all the time on Facebook, Instagram, saying, yo, should I try this? I said, absolutely. Like I said, I have plenty of videos out saying these are the mods you should start with. Number one mod, I still always get a tune. Custom tune alone is going to probably drop you a half a second off your stock time. Just a custom tune alone if you're running in similar DA. Now, I know I got it ran in the friggin' the dead of winter. Not the dead of winter, let's say fall. Great, like, 0 negative DA. And then he got a tune, and then he ran in the friggin' middle of summer. And he's like, I barely picked up anything, if that. It's a big difference. It's 4,000 DA difference, possibly, maybe more. It's, you know, 95 degrees to 35 degrees is a major difference. Now, when I went opening day and ran my best time to 12:42, I spun. I was spinning all day long. Terrible traction. It was the first day there. I was the first one down the track. Major issues, and I was still doing 170, 160 flips. So basically this whole video is saying that you can be faster than a supercharged Ram all motor very easily, and I don't see it being any issue. You know what I mean? Just full bolt-on cam converter, you're good to go. Even at a 6-speed, you can easily do it. But if you do all that with a supercharger, then you're looking at some serious power right there, like I was ready to do. But you know, the rear went in the truck, so we had to fix that. Then I bought a brand new Lexus. No, I'm sorry. I bought a used Lexus. I'm trying to point at it right here. Daily driver. Love having that because this thing can stay ready for the track at all times. And when the winter comes, you know, I'll put this thing back, and I'll probably be driving this more than it will be. Not more than the Lexus. Lexus is still the daily. But I'll be driving this more than I would be right now. Right now, this is basically track ready at all times because it's, you know, summertime, the weather's getting cool. But that's the video for today, guys. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, and, you know, till the next one, you know what it is. Peace.